For decades, the UFO question existed in a strange place between science, national security, conspiracy theories, and public curiosity. Millions of people believed there was more to the story. Governments insisted they had no evidence of extraterrestrial visitors. Witnesses came forward anyway. Military personnel described encounters they could not explain. Pilots reported objects performing maneuvers beyond known aircraft capabilities. Radar operators tracked targets that appeared and disappeared without warning. Then something changed. The conversation moved out of the shadows. Government agencies stopped laughing off the subject. The term UFO was gradually replaced with a new phrase: Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena, or simply UAP. The new terminology reflected a broader reality. These objects were not always observed in the sky. Some appeared underwater. Some appeared to transition between water and air. Others seemed to defy traditional categories altogether. Now, after years of congressional hearings, whistleblower testimony, military investigations, and public pressure, new government records are being released. The public is seeing documents, videos, reports, and historical records that were once hidden behind layers of classification. But what exactly has been revealed? What do the newly released files actually say? And perhaps most importantly, where does the UFO mystery stand today? This is the latest state of UFO disclosure. This is where we are right now. To understand today's developments, we need to look at how we arrived here. The modern disclosure movement did not begin with social media. It did not begin with viral videos. And it certainly did not begin with recent congressional hearings. The story stretches back nearly 80 years. In the late 1940s, reports of strange objects in American skies exploded. Military officials launched investigations. Project Sign, Project Grudge, then Project Blue Book. Thousands of cases were collected. Many sightings were explained. Some were not. Officially, Project Blue Book concluded there was no evidence that UFOs represented extraterrestrial technology. The project ended in 1969. For decades afterward, many assumed the story was over. But behind the scenes, interest never disappeared. Military personnel continued reporting unusual encounters. Intelligence agencies continued collecting information. Pilots continued seeing things they could not identify. And eventually, technology began changing the conversation. Modern fighter jets carried sophisticated sensors. Advanced radar systems became more capable. Infrared cameras became more powerful. Satellite surveillance improved dramatically. The result was simple. The military was collecting far more data than ever before. Some of that data raised questions. Then came one of the most important moments in modern UFO history: the release of the Navy videos. Videos that would become known worldwide. FLIR, Gimbal, and Go Fast. The footage showed unusual objects recorded by military aircraft. The videos quickly went viral. For years, skeptics and believers argued over their meaning. Then the Pentagon confirmed they were authentic military recordings. That single acknowledgement changed everything. For the first time, the United States government publicly admitted that some recorded aerial phenomena remained unidentified. The conversation was no longer confined to fringe communities. It had entered the mainstream. Congress took notice. The intelligence community took notice. The media took notice. And the public wanted answers. The years that followed saw a series of reports, investigations, and hearings. One organization emerged at the center of those efforts: the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, known as AARO. AARO was tasked with investigating reports of unidentified phenomena across air, sea, land, and space domains. Its mission sounded straightforward: collect data, analyze reports, identify threats, provide answers. Yet the results often generated as many questions as they resolved. Many cases were explained. Some involved drones, some involved balloons, some involved sensor errors, others involved conventional aircraft. But a portion remained unresolved. That distinction is important. Unresolved does not mean extraterrestrial. It means investigators lacked enough information to reach a definitive conclusion. That nuance is frequently lost in public discussions. As disclosure efforts accelerated, another major development emerged. Whistleblowers began coming forward. Some claimed the government possessed far more information than it had publicly acknowledged. Others alleged that crash retrieval programs existed. Some claimed recovered materials had been studied for decades. These allegations attracted enormous attention. Yet allegations are not evidence. Many claims remain unverified. Some are disputed, others continue to be investigated. Still, the testimony helped drive public interest and congressional oversight. Lawmakers increasingly demanded transparency. Hearings were scheduled. Witnesses testified. Questions multiplied. Then came a significant turning point. Government records began moving towards systematic public release. Recent disclosure initiatives have focused on collecting and organizing records from multiple agencies: historical documents, military reports, sensor data, case files, video evidence, photographs, communications records. The objective is ambitious: create a centralized archive of UAP-related materials and make as much information available to the public as possible. Recent releases have included hundreds of newly accessible records describing incidents spanning decades. Some reports describe glowing spheres. Others mention disks. Some discuss unusual lights. Several involve incidents near military installations. For disclosure advocates, these releases represent progress. For skeptics, they represent a chance to examine the evidence directly. Both sides agree on one thing: transparency is increasing. One of the biggest misconceptions surrounding the recent file releases is the belief that governments have finally confirmed extraterrestrial visitors. That has not happened. No released government document has provided definitive proof that alien spacecraft are visiting Earth. That point cannot be overstated. The released materials contain reports, observations, witness statements, sensor records, investigative assessments. What they do not contain is universally accepted proof of non-human intelligence. This distinction matters because the real story is often more interesting than the sensational headlines. The genuine mystery is not necessarily aliens. The mystery is why so many incidents remain difficult to explain, why trained military observers continue reporting unusual encounters, why certain objects appear to demonstrate unexpected behavior, why some sensor systems record data that investigators cannot fully account for. These questions remain open. One area generating substantial interest involves historical incidents near sensitive military locations. Some newly released records describe unusual observations around strategic facilities dating back decades. Again, these reports do not prove extraterrestrial involvement. However, they demonstrate that governments have been documenting unusual events for a very long time. Another major development involves aviation reporting. Recent archival collections include hundreds of reports submitted through aviation channels. These reports provide a valuable dataset. They allow researchers to analyze patterns, locations, times, descriptions, and observer backgrounds. The result is a more systematic approach than previous generations possessed. Meanwhile, Congress continues pushing for additional transparency. Lawmakers have repeatedly questioned defense officials regarding classified videos, sensor data, and investigative procedures. Some members of Congress argue the public has not yet seen the full picture. Others believe national security concerns justify continued secrecy in certain areas. This tension defines the current disclosure era. The public wants information. Government agencies must balance transparency with security. Finding that balance remains challenging. Another important question concerns AARO itself. Supporters view the office as a necessary step towards serious investigation. Critics argue it has not been sufficiently transparent. Some witnesses have accused the office of being overly cautious in its public communications. AARO officials, meanwhile, maintain that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. They argue that rigorous standards are essential. This debate continues today. What makes the current moment unique is not that every mystery has been solved. It is that the discussion has become institutionalized. Government agencies are collecting reports. Scientists are studying the phenomenon. Universities are becoming involved. Researchers are proposing new observational systems. The topic has moved from ridicule toward investigation. That shift alone represents a historic change. For decades, many pilots hesitated to report unusual sightings. They feared ridicule, career consequences, professional skepticism. Today, reporting mechanisms are expanding. The goal is simple: collect better data. Because better data leads to better conclusions. Many scientists emphasize that the biggest challenge remains evidence quality. A blurry video may be intriguing, a witness account may be compelling, but extraordinary conclusions require robust data, multiple sensors, independent verification, precise measurements. Without those elements, uncertainty remains. And uncertainty is where the UAP discussion currently resides. Some incidents have mundane explanations. Others do not. Some mysteries will eventually be solved. Others may remain unresolved for years. The scientific method demands patience. It demands evidence. And it demands skepticism. Skepticism does not mean dismissal. It means careful evaluation. Every possibility should be considered. Conventional explanations, foreign technology, natural phenomena, sensor anomalies, and yes, potentially something entirely unexpected. The challenge is determining which explanation fits the evidence. Recent years have also seen growing international interest. The United States is not the only country examining UAP reports. Researchers worldwide are studying the subject. Scientific organizations are increasingly discussing how best to collect reliable observations. This global perspective matters. If unusual phenomena are genuinely occurring, they are unlikely to be confined to one nation. International cooperation may ultimately prove essential. As disclosure efforts continue, expectations remain extraordinarily high. Many people anticipate a dramatic revelation, a single document, a definitive video, an undeniable announcement. History suggests reality may be more complicated. Large mysteries are rarely resolved in a single moment. Instead, understanding emerges gradually, piece by piece, report by report, dataset by dataset. That process can be frustrating, but it is often how science works. The current disclosure era resembles a puzzle with many missing pieces. Some pieces have been revealed. Others remain hidden. Many have yet to be discovered. The picture remains incomplete. What we know today is significant. Governments have acknowledged the reality of unidentified phenomena. Military personnel continue reporting unusual encounters. Congress continues demanding transparency. Historical records are being released. Researchers are studying the evidence. Scientific interest is growing. What we do not know remains equally important. We do not know whether any reported phenomena represent non-human intelligence. We do not know whether some incidents involve advanced technologies developed by foreign powers. We do not know whether entirely new physical explanations may eventually emerge. And we do not know what future disclosures may reveal. Perhaps the most surprising aspect of the current situation is how normalized the discussion has become. A decade ago, serious public conversations about UFOs were rare. Today, lawmakers discuss the issue openly. Defense officials discuss it openly. Scientists discuss it openly. Journalists investigate it openly. The stigma is fading, and that may ultimately prove to be the most important development of all. Because regardless of where the evidence eventually leads, open inquiry is essential. Questions should be examined. Data should be analyzed. Claims should be tested. Evidence should be scrutinized. That approach benefits everyone. The future of disclosure will likely unfold over years rather than months. Additional archives may become public. More hearings may occur. New witnesses may emerge. Improved sensors may collect stronger evidence. Artificial intelligence may help identify patterns hidden within enormous data sets. Each development could bring us closer to answers or reveal new mysteries. That possibility is part of what makes this subject so compelling. We are living through a unique period in the history of the UFO phenomenon, a period in which governments are releasing records. Investigators are examining evidence. Scientists are engaging with the question, and the public is paying attention. Yet despite all the headlines, all the speculation, and all the debate, the ultimate conclusion remains unwritten. The biggest question has not been answered. Are we alone? At this moment, no released government file provides a definitive answer. No document proves extraterrestrial visitation. No official report confirms alien technology. But neither has the mystery disappeared. Instead, it has evolved. From rumor to investigation. From secrecy to disclosure. From dismissal to serious inquiry. The search continues. The files continue to emerge. The debates continue. The investigations continue. And somewhere within the growing mountain of records, reports, videos, and testimony may be clues that help explain one of humanity's oldest questions. Until then, the story remains unfinished. The UFO mystery is no longer hiding in the shadows. It is being examined in the open. And for the first time in generations, the world is watching together. The next chapter may be closer than we think.